know her. You love her. No, I'm not talking about Kamala. No, 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 no. No, I'm talking about somebody who's really bringing in change. She's been consistent with her policies, and you know what? It's something that Hard Lens Media gives a full salute to. You know her. You love her. Her name is White Gladys, and she's back, baby. Back with a vengeance. Now, to be clear here, first of all, I don't want anyone to get hurt here, right? And these are very expensive yachts. But I'm just going to say this to the yacht community in Gibraltar. Somebody did something to piss off these orcas because they're not playing. I think they're looking for a yacht. Somebody did something to either White Gladys or maybe her infant baby or one of her members of her pod, and it was very personal. Somebody did, and now orcas are very intelligent animals. They are apex alpha prime predators. All right. So they're not going to forget that easily. And the fact that White Gladys trained, no, she didn't say, hey, do this. I'm going to train you how to take out these yachts. She's got a whole crew dedicated to taking down these yachts. So somebody in that little wealthy community, in the yacht community, because having those yachts is pretty pricey, somebody did something. So somebody needs one person who's in charge of the roster. You have to go back to when these attacks were first happening. I think they started in 2020. Find out who was sailing on that day or during that year, and they haven't come back, or either that they're really suspicious. Somebody did something. Somebody did something. That's just me speaking here, okay? Because we're talking about White Gladys here, okay? And quite recently, there was a situation that took place because, ladies and gentlemen, the orcas got another boat. Let's go and pull this up here.
Sinking ship, this $128,000 yacht.
Oof. That's pricey, too. $128,000. Jesus.
Taken down by a pod of orcas in the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
All of a sudden I felt a really loud bang on the back of the boat, and I could feel sort of like a scraping.
Robert Powell and his crew sailing from Portugal to Greece when he says at least 5 killer whales attacked his boat.
They carried on attacking and biting the rudder, and once the rudder was broken, the ship started to go around in circles. They went around us in circles and were swimming around and taking it in turn to charge in at the boat.
The ordeal lasting 2 hours before help arrived.
Say goodbye to Bonhomme Williams. She's just about to sink.
Powell thinks the whales, known for being incredibly intelligent creatures, knew exactly what they were doing.
Of course they know what they're looking for somebody. They're looking for somebody. So all yachts are on their target. They're looking for somebody, man. I'm telling you. And now look, again, a lot of animal experts will be saying, well, gee, you're putting human emotions on an animal. Or is it that you're trying to give them purpose? They're animals. And so, look, they theorize that they're doing this for fun. They're doing this to help train their young on how to hunt. But being real here, and I'm just speaking just out of my opinion, I could be wrong. And I'll actually have all of you weigh in. I think the orcas are looking for somebody. Somebody did something to White Gladys, and it's very personal. All right, and animals do have emotions. They do have feelings, okay? Again, vastly different than us humans, of course, to be clear here. But these orcas are looking for somebody. So let's have democracy in the chat. Type 1 for Kit. This is just animal behavior. These are just animals being animals. You're thinking way too much into this, buddy, okay? Type 2, nah. Nah, White Gladys said, hey, get everybody. Get Moby Dick. Get Baby Beluga, get all the whales, because we need to regulate on these humans. I wonder how many 2s will be in the chat. There better be a lot of 2s. I'm gonna type 1 like I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not crazy.
They knew the weakness of the boat. They knew where to hit it.
There have been approximately 700 encounters in recent years near Spain, Portugal, France, and Morocco.
700 encounters. Somebody did something. Somebody in a yacht did something. All right, yacht community, you rich bastards. All of you get a fancy little dinner together and, hey, start interrogating one another. Who did what? Because it's all happened in 2020. Wait a minute. Let's pull this up here again. 700 counters since 2020. Look at all this territory here. Are you kidding me?
There have been approximately 700 encounters in recent years near Spain, Portugal, France, and Morocco.
All this territory, they're looking for somebody. What did you do, yacht community? What did you do?
Like this one. The whale here making a play toy out of this boat's rudder.
We lost both rudders.
Researchers studying the trend finding this kind of behavior from orcas is targeted. In their minds, teenage play.
No, it ain't teenage play. It ain't teenage play. They're trying to get somebody.
They come up with these purposeless, silly behaviors that look silly to us and are probably silly as far as they're concerned.
Hold on. Now, that's not related to that. That was a humpback whale.
Purposeless, silly behavior.
First of all, that's a humpback whale, but he's in on it too. He's in on it too. He's like, man, fuck these boats.
Behaviors that look silly to us and are probably silly as far as they're concerned.
When Robert made the Mayday call for help, the Coast Guard advised him to stay in the boat until it started taking on water. Thankfully, the rescue boats arrived before that happened. He actually watched his boat sink from the deck of the rescue boat.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. They're all okay.
All right. That's the important thing. Eva,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yep. Corporate media say, good thing that's just fine and nothing else to worry about. But let's actually do a little bit of a rewind time. Let's talk about this, because this is an article that came out last year in 2023 when White Gladys was gaining a lot of fame. So White Gladys, the orca, may have been pregnant when she started attacking boats. She might have been pregnant. Okay, so let's talk about this. White Gladys, the orca that likely started the attacks on boats in the Iberian waters, may have been so hell-bent on stopping boats that she neglected her calf, experts say. Now, I, for one, doubt that, because orcas invest a lot of time into their calves. Okay, they do. They don't give that up unless a boat actually did something to one of her calves or one of her pod members' calves. That could be theorized, which is why maybe they're so hell-bent on going after these boats. Experts think White Gladys was hit by a vessel or entangled in a fishing net, an event believed to have triggered the behavior that has since spread over a dozen orcas, or either that she trained them. She went to the boats with his calf, so she preferred to stop the boats rather than keeping her baby safe, said Monica Gonzalez, a marine biologist with the Cordillera Para Esteros. I'm going to say the coordinator for the study of marine mammals. Apologies for that. The timeline of the attacks also suggests that White Gladys was pregnant when she first started targeting boats. Unusual interactions between boats and orcas off the coast of Spain and Portugal began in the summer of 2020. Well, I think we all know what was happening during 2020. There were lockdowns. And that means during these lockdowns, there wasn't a whole lot of eyeballs out to keep people in check. And of course, you had a lot of people who, enjoyed this, who could at least get out, or at least could travel more freely, especially those who had more money. Can you imagine 2020? Nobody's out. Boats are out there. People are getting drunk. And heaven forbid, this irresponsible boat owner did something to an orca, which is when the experts think White Gladys experienced the aversive moment that sparked the behavior. White Gladys then gave birth at some point in 2021 following a 15 to 18 months gestation period. The number of encounters involving physical contact between orcas and boats has increased year on year since those first interactions, resulting in 3 sunken boats and over 100 damaged. By the way, that scorecard's a much higher. So what can we take away from this? What are the lessons that we can learn from White Gladys? She's here to regulate. She's here to step up. And more importantly, these boats and these attacks aren't going to be ending anytime soon until we really do figure out what's going on. Because now 700 encounters, all of them are the same. 700 encounters and all of them are the same. The orcas aren't just playing. They're purposely sinking these boats. Somebody did something. What did you do? It's like that scene when Tony Soprano was finally regulating Ralph Cicerero, and Ralph is apologizing to Tony, and Tony says, "What did you do?" while he's eating that pasta. Boat club owners, yacht owners, what did you do? Somebody did something to White Gladys. And I think it's about time we figure it out before somebody really gets hurt.